And it's a minefield, really, dating, especially people who've maybe been off the dating scene, you know, maybe come out of a relationship and they're back out there, a bit older.
Yeah.
It's hard.
It is hard. It's one of those areas where we take everything intensely personal because it feels more personal than anything else in our lives.
Of course.
And I meet people every day who take big risks everywhere else in their lives. They go into work and they make big decisions, they take risks, and then when it comes to speaking to someone tonight that they're attracted to, they will not do it.
Is it just the fear of rejection for most of us?
Yeah.
Nobody likes rejection.
Certainly no one likes personal rejection. At work, I can say it's work.
Yeah.
You know, but when I'm in my love life and someone rejects me or someone breaks up with me, our ego plays a part. And I think people are so afraid of rejection that they'll avoid taking any action in the first place.
Right, let's get on then with the do's. And I found this first one really interesting, and I have given this advice to a few younger people. I go, get rid. If you're not gelling, get rid. Yes. So you're saying, do get rid of the wrong guy and quickly, or the wrong person.
And not just if you're not gelling, but if you see red flags. Because people see these things early on. I once heard relationships end the way they began. In other words, what makes you have to break up with someone 2 years in, you probably could have seen 2 days in if you were paying attention. But we're romantics, we want things to work, so we're a biased judge in the early stages. That's the dangerous part, is that the moment we start liking someone, we start ignoring all of their bad behaviour.
But you see, there's a difference between mentally liking someone and physically liking someone.
Yep.
I mean, if you're physically attracted to someone, you ignore all the other things.
Yeah, or if you like certain things about them, you tend to ignore other qualities, but you've got to pay attention. If you're on a date with someone and you bring up your family because you're really close to them and you have an amazing connection with your family, and they immediately have no concept of what it is to be close to family and they don't get it when you say it, that's going to be a problem later on.
Yeah. So how many...
Should just get back to the physical over mental situation. At the end of the day, have we to like someone and get on with someone mentally? The physicality is less important. I mean, really, at the end of the day, if we don't gel mentally, it ain't going to happen, is it?
Look, I'm a big believer in chemistry because I think you need chemistry for a great relationship, but you also need shared values. You need a similar outlook on life. You need two people who actually have a deeper connection than that. And it will always show up later if you don't have a deeper connection.
So look, if the red flag goes off, listen to it. Listen to your instincts.
Well, 100%. Okay. There's not enough time in the world.
We touched on this briefly when you were here last, and I love this. Let's try and do it quickly because we've done it once before. Do start conversations everywhere and anywhere. You can't expect someone just to be knocking on your door saying, hey, would you like to go out with me?
No, and look, people are complaining a lot to me about online dating these days. I get email after email saying I don't want to do online dating. Well, you don't get to have it both ways. You can't not start conversations in the real world and complain about online dating. If you don't want to do that thing, you have to start conversations in the supermarket, you have to start conversations in the cafes you go to, you have to start conversations in the street. You have to be the type of person that socialises with everybody. And it doesn't have to be something big, you know.
Give us an example, because people are going, I can't just talk to strangers in the supermarket or in the coffee shop.
There's two things. If you're at a social function, a really easy one is simply to say, we haven't met yet. I'm, you know, Cindy, I'm Sarah. We haven't met yet, I'm Sarah. It assumes you should have met. It's kind of assumptive, right? So I like that, it's confident. The other one is, if you're just out and about, what's good here?
Yeah.
And that can work in any context. If you're in a restaurant and someone just ordered something, you can say, what's good here? Have you been here before? You have to help me, right? You're in a juice shop. What's good here?
It's very American, isn't it?
If you just,
what's good here?
If you just get to a new town, by the way, you say the same thing, right? I'm new to this town. Like, what's good around here? Where's a good place to go tonight? We're looking for... Me and my friends are out tonight.
Well, see, I would say, I'm new to this town. What's good around here besides you?
Oh, jeez.
Would that work?
Oh, no.
Hey, listen, that works if they're already physically attracted.
Even if they aren't.
OK. Right, should we do some don'ts?
Yeah, let's do it.
I like this. Don't put your baggage on the table all the time. Don't have your first date and start telling everybody what a terrible relationship you just had.
I agree.
Well, absolutely. And even before that, you know, in online dating profiles, I see people write stuff like no hookups. And I think, why would you tell someone that in the first place? Now, people say, because I want a serious relationship. I don't want someone who's looking for something casual. But if you write no hookups,
so
you're wearing your...
hookup is a casual?
Something casual, something... Or you could say, someone might write, not looking for something casual. Well, why are you telling me what you're not looking for? You don't want an axe murderer either, but you didn't write that in your profile. You wrote this because this is the thing that's burned you before. So now, instead of telegraphing your interests, you're telegraphing your wounds.
Yeah.
Right? So we have to get out of that mindset and start talking about what we don't, not what we do want.
Claire says, I'm 45 years old and I have an online dating profile, but it's not attracting any attention from men. Do you have any advice to make my profile stand out? We've got about 40 seconds.
If you want to make your profile stand out, you have to talk about what you have and stop talking about what you're asking for from somebody else. Okay? Because it's like going into a job interview and saying, here are all of my requirements.
Yeah.
No one cares.
Sell yourself.
Because no one knows whether they want to hire you.
Yeah.
In a profile,
You've got to sell you.
Be witty, be funny, be engaging,
People don't
be
like
interesting.
bigging themselves up. They think it's big-headed.
Oh, that's very English, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah. Well, we have to get out of that habit because in a profile, you are selling yourself. On a date, you are selling yourself. You're buying as well. A date is one time where you're buying and selling at the same time. But you've got to be prepared to sell your best traits.